Murder of 6-year-old Tiffany Smith. Alex Dimitri reports the sentence may have suited the law, but it didn't feel like justice to the defendant or the victim's family.
It was not the first child's blood spilled in Baltimore, but it did mark the beginning of a new and random kind of violence. 6-year-old Tiffany Smith was caught in the middle of a street corner shootout in July 1991 and was killed where she stood on North Rosedale Street. Today, one of the men in the gunfight was sentenced. 21-year-old Guy Wilson was shooting at Arthur Felton when one of Felton's bullets hit Tiffany. Convicted of manslaughter and handgun charges, Guy Wilson was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Well, he didn't receive enough time. Because the way I feel, I want his life just like he took my baby's life. And if I had the opportunity to do it, believe me, I would do it. Because going to jail, it don't mean nothing to me. Because it's not bringing my child back.
The state wanted Guy Wilson to receive a maximum 38 years, saying he was sorry and pleading he did not start the fight, but was trying to protect his own life. Guy Wilson asked for leniency. So did his family.
The family is very sorry for what has happened, and I'm just glad that this is over with. Guy's very sorry, and we just really want to apologize to the people of Baltimore City.
He should have got life. He took my cousin's life, he should have got life. 20 years ain't nothing. In 8 years, he can walk. What's 20 years? Nothing.
Word of the sentencing quickly spread to North Rosedale Street, to the little square where flowers push against litter. Tiffany Smith's memorial.
But it still ain't gonna make a difference. You know, it's not gonna make a difference.
Look around. You see and feel the hurt.
In his sentence, Judge Thomas Ward said he did not give Guy Wilson the minimum time behind bars because he wanted to send a strong message to the streets that the violence must stop.
That judge sitting up there old and senile, that is not going to send no message. When they start taking a life for a life, then maybe the message will get through.
We would pray that in the future that other families will learn from this and that other young men will learn that incarceration is not the way to go.
But at least Guy Wilson goes alive. Tiffany Smith is gone forever. Alex Dimitri, Channel 13.
Well, this was the day thousands of baseball fans were waiting for, but they were dreading the trip to Camden Yards because of anticipated traffic and parking problems. So how did it go today? News Channel 2's Carolyn Pursuti has been out all day. She has followed the routes that we've been telling you about all week long. We've been telling you about bus routes, train routes, area parking areas, all of this. And now for the final test, which happened today with this exhibition game. How did it go, Carolyn?
Well, the first part of the test went very well, Beverly. The route into the stadium went smoothly, beyond all expectations. But now's the time that most traffic officials are worried about. Everyone leaving the game. They're in great spirits. But will they be in great spirits if they get caught in a traffic jam? Now, because of all the planning, all the many signs on the interstate, there were no problems 3 hours ago.
You can't miss the signs. I-95, 695, BW Parkway. They say to expect delays, but the delays really never materialize. Tom McDuffie drove in from Washington.
I thought I left late because it's 30 minutes until the game, so I thought I was late. But the traffic's good.
The signs funnel cars to specific exits. This final one with a skyline backdrop ushers cars onto Russell Street, the site of the only bottleneck. How is the traffic coming in?
It was all right. It wasn't bad until you came in here. Parking's going to be a bear, but it's worth it. New stadium, the O's, they're awesome. I got to go.
But this 2-minute backup was minuscule compared to predictions.
A lot smoother. There was a lot of planning went into it. People have been listening to us, cooperating with us, and it's going real smooth. A lot better than we anticipated.
Officers say they give the first half of traffic a winning score, but they still worry over what happens after the 9th inning. A Friday rush hour plus 9,000 more cars.
So we'll wait to see what happens after the game here. Now, here's a bit of baseball trivia for you. Did you know that Memorial Stadium had one of the best dump records in the Major League? Now, a dump record means they can get all the cars away from the stadium in a short amount of time. That amount of time from Memorial Stadium was 45 minutes. Officials say they'll try to break the record of the old stadium here tonight.
Okay, well, folks, start your engines and your clocks. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How did most people get to the stadium today?
Well, I found that most people didn't drive. I think they heard all the warnings on television, radio, and newspapers. Most of them seem to have taken the metro, and then that followed by light rail, and then the drivers.
Thank you very much, Carolyn Pursuti, downtown at the new Camden Yards. Well, lots of folks decided to take mass transit to the ballpark so they wouldn't have to hassle with parking and traffic. The MTA says 4,400 people hopped aboard the new light rail, and that went into limited service today. The Timonium to Camden Yards trek took about 45 minutes or so. In all, the MTA says 35% of all the folks in the stadium today used mass transit, including light rail, buses, the metro, and MARC trains.
An awfully close call for some police officers in northeast Baltimore tonight as they were arresting two people on drug charges along Asquith Street. Somebody started firing at them. One shot hit a squad car belonging to Housing Authority police. Another grazed a woman bystander. She was taken to the hospital. We're told she'll be all right. Police flooded the area and mounted a search, but the gunman, whoever it was, got away.